The YouTube prankster who lost absolutely everything. Can you believe that? You know, when I look up YouTube pranksters, it's always good endings. It's never sketchy. Some would say YouTube pranking is a lucrative business where nothing bad ever happens. And all of the pranksters are good people who never do bad things. I'm being sarcastic. I don't know if it's too hard to tell.
From millionaire prankster.
If I saved every penny I had, I think I would have close to $1 million.
Me too, man. 10 million, actually.
Part-time Taco Bell employee.
I got a job. I work at Taco Bell. I've been there since February.
This is the story of how Andrew Hales lost everything while maintaining a mature attitude about his own poor choices.
Let's see how I became broke.
That's good, man. Virginity does rock.
His channel, going by the name of Lorf, blew up unbelievably quickly during the early days of YouTube.
I'm mostly uneducated when it comes to most prank channels, to be honest with you. You know, I've never been in the demographic for them. Even the ones that are better, I usually don't care. Even people that I like Gideon, I like, right? I don't care about any pranks. There's just something like inherently not entertaining to me with pranks. 80% of them are fake. The other 20%, I almost always end up siding with the person getting pranked and not liking the pranker in question.
Within 2 weeks of posting his first 2 videos, they'd gained more than 60,000 views each, and it's really no wonder why. The ideas were unique, funny, and enticing, which when combined with Andrew's mellow yet relatable personality, made for incredibly entertaining content.
Yeah, I don't know. I could probably watch him doing that once or twice, but if it's a 10-minute video, I'm clocking out.
To develop his own style, where every interaction was confident yet simultaneously awkward, with these reactions
kind of looks like the singer from Coldplay.
That Andrew ended up on the news after posting only 9 videos.
What would you do if a total stranger came up to you in public and tried to hold your hand?
Shoot him. I would shoot, and I would ask questions later.
Well, a group of guys found out.
These are harmless, though. I will still say that I'm not in the demographic, but
the video in
harmless.
question was simply titled "Holding People's Hand," and it would gain over 5 million views in only 3 weeks, which when combined with 2 other viral videos titled "Awkward Elevator" and "Actually Picking Up a Girl,"
oh, they're all short.
To achieve over
maybe he's actually a genius.
Subscribers only 12 months after posting his first video. In the process, Andrew maintained.
Whenever I see a video that's like it's like me asking girls out prank, which isn't really a prank, you know what I mean? I guess unless you're hideously disfigured. But it'll be like, me asking girls out prank, epic, kissing in public prank or whatever, and it's like 10 minutes long. I think, I don't, you know, and this is coming from the king of pausing and talking far too much. You know what I mean? Once I'm out, you've really messed up, dude. All I watch is long form content. I have an issue. I can only watch TikTok when I'm with my significant other. That's the only time I go through my algorithm. I don't even check TikTok on the toilet anymore. So, you know.
A strict upload
I'm
schedule,
pro long-form content.
Every single Monday for over 50 weeks straight, while showing strong accountability in each video description, such as, "This is the first week after 50 weeks in a row that I didn't upload on Monday. I hope you'll forgive me." Andrew's consistency and desire to improve the content led to 2 new innovative videos titled "Tipping Servers $200" as
These thumbnails are actually really cool, though. These are like really good thumbnails for some reason.
For people's groceries, and while this type of content has since been
they're better than the traditional,
it was basically unheard of in 2013, helping Lorf to pass 1 million subscribers only 6 months after hitting 5,000.
Thumbnails now are so lame.
While it seemed as though everything was going perfectly, Andrew began to experience a few major problems. With the prank genre now being significantly more popular on YouTube, Lorf had to compete with other channels who were able to achieve better reactions by
Gold Digger Prank. Oh God, those ones where it's like, "Hey baby, you want to hang out with me?" She's like, "Ugh, no, you're gross." And then he gets into a Lamborghini. And she's like, "Wait, I didn't know you were Chad." I hate those videos, man. I'm just like, I feel like there's a disconnect. I was talking about this with reaction videos lately. There's like this large group of people that react to songs. and it's like really obvious that they've heard the song before, you know? Like they'll play a song that pretty much everyone has heard, or it's like Never Gonna Give You Up or something, you know, like Rick Astley, like a song that's so memed out that everyone knows it. And they'll go in and be like, oh, I've never heard the song before or whatever. And you're like, yeah, I don't know about that. But then it gets to like them playing it and they go, what the heck? What the heck is this song? And it's like, it's like watching the Looney Tunes. I don't understand what's going on with that. Like, just be real. That's the whole point of YouTube. That's the cool part of YouTube, is that you can be yourself. You know what I mean? If I wanted to watch somebody poorly act like they're hearing a song for the first time, I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. That doesn't sound fun.
By faking their videos. Andrew would diss these fake channels in a video titled Easy Way to Go Viral before posting a series of his own ironic, obviously fake videos showing just how easy it was to achieve an inauthentic reaction. Andrew went on to state that despite his success, this was a pretty depressing period in his life.
So I called my mom and she didn't pick up, and my dad and he didn't pick up, and I hadn't seen like any of my friends in a month or so, and I just felt like no one cared about me.
Yet these kinds of videos would only add to his charm.
Hey, that's kind of depressing a little, man.
Was willing to talk about his darkest moments.
Right.
This gave him a positive social media image as someone who was unconcerned about always looking perfect, which would continue into videos such as this one, simply titled Crying, where Andrew would talk about some of his deepest insecurities before—
Yo, this is a wild video to make as a man. You know what I do when I feel like crying, man? I push it down. I push it down and I don't let it out. And I think that eventually that's going to come back to haunt me. You know what I mean? So respect.
Or receiving comments such as, dang Andrew, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being so real. It allows others to be in their feelings and be okay with how they are. It does that for me. Thanks man, I love you so much.
Nice.
What's crazy is that every person that watches this video can relate in some way. Much respect to you, sir. Andrew, you are a goddamn legend for posting this vulnerable of a video. I love you man, ride the wave. But while Andrew's reputation was at an all-time high, his motivation to produce content was at an all-time low, leading to the announcement that he was done with the pranking genre altogether.
For now, I really need to just take a break from social experiments and pranks, and I can't do them anymore. They're all the same.
What year was this?
It's really boring. It's making me depressed, and I don't know, I just need to try new stuff.
This new stuff that Andrew planned on trying was also explained in the video.
Interview stuff. We have like a little set up in my apartment now. We're gonna try this Jimmy Fallon Between Two Ferns type thing with YouTubers, models, or whatever.
With the teased interviews eventually—
A lot of people don't realize like how like depressing it gets to do the same thing and to like battle like it's amazing. Like anyone that knows me knows that it's amazing that I've continuously uploaded videos for the past however many years, consistently every day, even if it's just reactions, because I get caught up in my own head to the point where it's like it's truly amazing that I've uploaded reactions all this long, because I figured like I would do it twice and then I'd go, this is not good enough. This is not good. Like that, the whole point of me starting this channel was just to allow me to just say whatever I felt like saying, and to not like have it to like, how do I explain this? To not take it too seriously, like to just relax on this channel, because traditionally in the past, if it's not like perfect, what's even the point of putting it out? That's like how I always felt. And like, I still go through it every once in a while now. Like every couple months, I get like a super like depressive episode where I'm like, what am I doing? You know, even if I had 1 million or 10 million subs right now, there'd be a part of my brain that's like, is there more to this? This is not the video for this, by the way. I should not be talking about this. This should be like a little QTEEP talks where we talk about how we've been feeling lately. But, you know, I feel like this is relatable.
Eventually becoming a series by the name of Chatting With. He began by talking to other YouTubers such as That Was Epic and Cody Co. However, the real success began when he'd interview increasingly unique humans, such as chatting with a 400+ day Fapstronaut, chatting with a flat earther, and chatting with a 23-year-old stock trading millionaire, each of which helping Andrew to earn $250,000 in 2018. Andrew would back this up by earning a further $200,000 in 2019, and by all accounts it seemed as though there was nothing that could derail his success. He'd announced that the Chatting With series would continue into 2020.
Got like 4 interviews already planned out.
What were the views on those? Hold on. back a smidge. 3.6 mil? Did he just upload like just those 3 videos?
2020.
Got like 4 interviews already planned out, ready to rock and roll for 2020.
Although there was no way that Andrew could have predicted what was just around the corner.
I was doing these chatting with COVID canceled.
I wanted to see how often he was uploading, man.
Like the first like 5 I had going into 2020, and so I had to like start vlogging and experimenting.
As mentioned, the pandemic put a stop to the Chatting With series, forcing Andrew to experiment with various unrelated videos. He'd post dancing, skating, and reactions, yet none of these blew up to the same degree as his content had in the
57K?
past. When Andrew returned to the Chatting With series after isolation, each episode averaged only 50,000 views each, leading him to admit that the channel wasn't doing so well.
My channel's been dying. I've been pretty lost this year. It's been a very humbling year, definitely.
Which had been the
This is
partial
just kind of
result
depressing.
a few poor habits.
March.
I thought I thought we were going into this, it was going to be a prank channel, and like they would start doing coke or something, and then I wouldn't feel bad for them because they've just made bad decisions.
April.
Now I just feel
watching
bad.
Movies, smoking weed, drinking. It was awesome, but also depressing.
However, in all actuality, Andrew's worst habit might have been overspending, as only 2 weeks later, he'd upload a video titled Credit Card Debt, in which he'd explained that he owed approximately $50,000 to the bank.
Man, these credit card companies or banks or whatever, yeah, they really sneak up on you. And then whoops, $200 a month of interest accruing every month.
By this point, Andrew's channel was
Yeah.
only gaining 1 million views.
That's why I think like you can't get famous too soon, man. You've got to spend at least 5 years from like 18, to 23. Let's push it up to 25. You got to spend 18 to 25 being poor. You got to be broke, right? Because then like you've learned how to live paycheck to paycheck, so then when you have more money, there's a part of you that understands me spend money, me no have money no more.
Per month, with no foreseeable increase in the quality of
Very
the
deep.
content, as he had to sell most of his YouTube gear just to service the loans.
Rough.
I had a 70D and a Canon 5D and 2 SM7Bs, and I just sold it all, and that paid off 1 credit card.
In the process, Andrew moved out of LA to a more affordable area.
We found this Airbnb.
He was in
2
LA.
months
See, that's why he was, because if he made 250K in the year of 2018, he could have gotten a house somewhere that probably would have been relatively decent. You know what I mean? But he's in LA, so that's just like rent for a couple months. You know what I mean? Crazy. Was he really only making 250K the entire year? I feel like he would be, I guess it depends on how much you upload. You know what I mean? But like 3 million views on something? That's not bad views, man.
ago for
But like I also run into some YouTubers who I swear they upload like once a day. They get like 200,000 views on their videos, but they upload once a day, so it's 200,000 views a day or whatever. And I swear they're like multimillionaires. They're just like really good with their money or something. There's some like Twitch streamers that are like that too, where it's like they're not, when you look at, you kind of wonder like, where's all this extra money coming from? What are they doing? And then of course there's like the YouTube content creators or like streamers that have like millions of dollars rolling in, and yet those are the ones that go bankrupt. You know what I mean? It's very weird.
$400 a month, and we're just pinching pennies and
Noticing a strange trend.
rapidly get out of debt.
Where he'd film a video titled How I Became Broke, summarizing the situation that he'd found himself in.
Didn't manage my money wisely. I traveled a lot. I went to Russia, Japan. Another big thing is taxes. I always like forget to save money for the taxes, and then it's like boom, you owe 40
True.
grand. It's like, oh.
That's yeah. You got to put that money aside for taxes. Those taxes are a nightmare, man. I'd never spend any YouTube money. I'd live broke, and then after I pay my taxes, then I'd use that money. That's the plan,
Oh, all the while paying
Not spend any
$3,600
YouTube money
a
for
month
the
this
whole
rent.
year
That was a big
until you
mistake
pay
there. That was
taxes.
just a dumb flex. Weird flex. I didn't know what I was doing.
On top of managing his money poorly, Andrew would add that he'd become complacent.
I partied too much and I got lazy and less focused and didn't upload as much. So I had like 10 grand coming in a month every month for hardly doing anything, and YouTube kind of just spoiled me, and I don't know, I guess I thought it would last forever. But it started to go down and down and down.
And while it was depressing that he'd spent every dollar he ever made from YouTube, this video would also become a turning point. As was seen in the early days of his channel, Andrew's audience simply appreciated the honesty, with the entire comment section
I do too, man.
words of encouragement. Andrew's ability to just keep it real and say vulnerable things out loud transparently is incredibly endearing. Inspiration to be more open. Andrew, you're a legend, man. Your openness and candor has positively impacted more people than you realize. Takes a real man to admit and truly reflect on the real mistakes one made. And in order to move forward and do better, you have to do just that.
It's crazy how much like the world has changed, because I'm like these are the you would expect comments like that on that kind of video, but now like we have Aiden Ross, who I don't hate Aiden Ross, but like every week he does something that's like crazy stupid. Right? He does something that gets him in like a bunch of trouble for like whatever reason, or something that's really sketchy or makes a lot of people roll their eyes. And then a week later he goes, I'm just changing for the better, man. No more of this negativity. And he basically gets comments like this for that. And it's like, it's just not very believable. You know what I mean? We got lost in the sauce somewhere to where like we let people, I don't want to say get away with things, but it's like consistently through the ups and downs of like I said this really bad thing and I got a lot of trouble and I don't regret it at all. But then a week later being like, you know, I'm going out and I'm trying to do more positive things for the community, and then boom, a week later they're doing something else edgy. You know what I mean?
These comments, in combination with the video's strong performance, led Andrew in a brand new direction, where he'd basically document what it was like to be someone rebuilding from zero, which turned out to be an incredibly entertaining genre. On the 1st of October 2021, Andrew uploaded a video titled I Got a Job, in which he'd explained that he'd returned to old school employment.
So I got a job. It's with this
Taco
company
Bell?
called Amazon. It'll be like my first job in about 10 years.
Damn, that's crazy, dude.
And I'm actually kind of excited.
However, while Andrew seemed excited about his new position at Amazon,
Did he say
it didn't
Taco Bell
take
earlier?
long before he was already talking about quitting.
Like night 3, that
Yeah, I
started
bet.
to become less fun. Yeah, so
Yeah, I can only imagine, dude, if you like built up an entire career and you hadn't worked up for like 10 years. Did you ever have a real job? that transition's got to be awkward, man. Because real jobs suck. I mean, they do. You know, you do them because you have to, but they suck, you know. There's dudes out there right now who are working in construction that would probably have an OnlyFans if they could. If there was a market for them being like having an OnlyFans account.
I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last.
It took only a month before Andrew confirmed his resignation,
Yeah, Amazon's hard. I couldn't do it.
after which he tried DoorDash and Instacart, yet the pay was somewhat disappointing.
All in all, it took about almost 3 hours. I made about 22 bucks.
Andrew knew what he needed to do.
How did you make $22 in all that time? What orders are you picking up? You gotta stop accepting tips less than $5.
He had to return to content with a new
I like how I said it like I'm a
series.
DoorDash driver. I've never driven DoorDash.
Thing where I wasn't just shooting.
I just know it's a thing. I know that DoorDash people will not pick up an order if the tip is under $5, or it'll take forever to find someone that is willing to pick it up. If you're tipping like $3 on DoorDash and you're wondering why your food takes an hour to get there, that's why. Tip $5 at a minimum and see how quickly like things start to change. There's like $5, tip $10 and see how quickly it gets picked up. It'll be there before the food's even done being cooked.
in the dark. I don't know, I had some kind of
Statistically impossible.
So figuring that
Things will
out.
happen.
Taking inspiration from his chatting with videos, Andrew launched a series titled People On, in which he went out on the street to talk about a range of interesting topics, one of which being people on credit cards, in which it's obvious that Andrew has learned his lesson.
Do you feel like credit cards are a good or a bad idea?
I think they're a bad idea because nobody's taught how to use them.
I agree.
The series is yet to rival
True.
his previous work in terms of view count.
They
yet
could
the
be a good
has
idea, but like, you know how easy it is to get a credit card when you hit 18? Like, get one job. Just get a job. I don't even think, do you even need a job to get a credit card these days, man? I feel like a credit card company will throw you a $500 limit and just be like, we don't need to know your income. We trust you. And then they have these ridiculous ass interest fees.
a lot of potential, with some of his fairly basic episodes having achieved almost 200,000 views. With a bit more effort, the series could easily do over 500,000 views per episode. However, until then, Andrew seems pretty content with his new position at Taco Bell.
I got a job. I work at Taco Bell. I work the drive-thru. Wicked easy. Love my boss and my coworkers. It's all very chill. I work Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. It's just a side hustle.
I don't understand. Here's where I'm confused, right? With his views, how is he not at least, maybe he wants more money and that's the thing, but I would think at his view level he would be making at least as much as he would be making at Taco Bell, you know what I mean? But you'd be doing YouTube instead of working at Taco Bell. So it's like,
I'm still doing YouTube.
Andrew even stated that this wasn't the first time that this kind of thing has happened.
I've done this like 2 or 3 times, and then I just eventually get out of it and get rich again.
So surely he'll be able to rebuild in the future.
My guy might have an addiction or something. Get rich again? Like, it shouldn't, listen, we got to teach people better. Like, we got to teach kids, you know, to better manage their money. Because I feel like the idea that he's potentially gotten rich multiple times and yet he still can't like maintain, like he still has to go back to working at Taco Bell in between like the next time he becomes rich, that's insane. You know what I'm saying? If you could make your first million, I think, you know, maybe you got to take some classes or something. Like if you know you're about to make $1 million, maybe you've got to like set a couple thousand aside to be like, I'm going to take some classes on budgeting and stuff like this. Because I feel like nobody should have to go through being rich and then broke again, you know, and then rich and then broke and then rich and broke. Like you got to learn how to properly spend money. You know what I mean? Anyways, this video was depressing. Ooh, mama.